All right, guys, you have reached the real South Africa, and we are excited to get an opportunity to chat with you. So, we put together this very nice video that we think that you guys will enjoy. Very informative. This is kind of how we see it and what's really going on in this tourism space. So, as you can see, you can go ahead and book your trip to South Africa. Just go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and then you can start your adventure right there. But go ahead and stay with this video. It's going to be awesome. All right, guys, this is Mark Blanton, and welcome to The Real South Africa. I'm your host, Mark Edward Blanton, and then, of course, I'm accompanied by
Dr. LaTasha Blanton, The Real South Africa.
Yeah, and we're outside at home, just chilling on this nice Sunday, and we just kind of wanted to come to you guys and talk about a bunch of things, but we're not going to talk about everything because it's impossible and whatnot. But things are going, again, we always say it, things are going very well. I think more is happening than we ever thought would happen. Would you say?
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities and doors that are opening that are going to basically bode well for you guys, which is our ultimate goal, to be able to provide things to you that you would normally think about or have access to. So we're making a lot of headway and a lot of paths that you guys are going to be able to appreciate and have the opportunity to I don't even know what word to use, but it'll be an opportunity for you as well.
Basically what she's saying is there's a lot of people on this side especially who see African Americans coming. They see us coming, they see us sometimes for the first time through our channel, or they might run into one of the African Americans that we are bringing here in the streets. You were hearing some of the interviews that we do have, that people are like, yeah, when I met these South Africans, because again, for the first time that you meet a South African as a tourist, but not like at a resort somewhere, but just out in space. But I think it's the first time that the South Africans are actually meeting an African American. They see us a lot on and every social media post. We on almost every movie somewhere. The music, everything. So they feel familiar with us, but again, they never meet us. They don't know who we are. So I think since we've been doing what we're doing at The Real South Africa, a lot of people are taking interest in what we're doing that are not trying to come here as tourists. That are actually proper people here in South Africa that says, you know what, we need to extend this thing. We need to make this thing bigger. So we really appreciate all those that are on this side who are saying thank you for what you're doing. We really appreciate that, because sometimes we do need that motivation.
A lot. And it's so easy to do something else. Because it's beautiful here, so it's easy to get distracted. But when we hear from the South Africans, thank you for what you're doing for our country, or they're asking us how they can help us more, or they're coming up with ideas on how we can expand the services that we offer, that keeps us motivated, which means that we're able to provide more things to you. So just keep that in mind, when you are looking at our website, when you're looking at our social medias, that there's a lot of things that we're not able to show you, but we are working very diligently to provide services to you that you, like I said, again, you don't even know you need them. But it definitely gives you a unique perspective and a unique experience when we are able to put things in place and collaborate with locals, because we hear all the time, I want to meet locals. The beautiful thing is, when you travel with us, it's impossible not to run into a local, because we put you in communities where you have no option but to run into locals. There are people that ask us where other African Americans are, and I will tell you that they're scattered.
They're here doing their thing.
But you want to be around the locals, because the locals give you the most authentic experience possible, and they have conversations with you that let you know who they are. And that exchange of information is something that you really need to experience.
And of course, you guys need to stay with us, because we got a video coming out. We went to a place called Rhino Lodge.
We went to Black Rhino Game Reserve. And the lodge we went to was in Plaza.
It was crazy. But it was funny, because as we were leaving, We were trying. It was leaving early in the morning, like 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
We were leaving. I didn't video it, but we're driving out. Keep in mind that these lodges are not like right off the highway. They're like deep into some stuff.
Yeah.
So we're leaving. It's 5 in the morning, and again, I made a wrong turn. I made a wrong turn, and then we stopped. And I look, and there's a rhino laying right in the road. 2 rhinos. Yeah, it was actually one off to the side, but this one was laying in the road. Now, I had a choice. Wait a minute.
When you say laying in the road, it wasn't like he was asleep.
Yeah, he was actually asleep.
He was sleeping.
Asleep on the road. And
he's like a big old rock. I ain't gonna lie.
He looked like a rock. But so I stopped and I had my headlights on, and I was like, what can I do? Yeah. I could maybe go past him real fast before he can react. Keep in mind I was going the wrong way, so I would have had to come back. But that's that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. So I sit there and I think about all the things I've heard on all these game drives I've been on. And one thing they say is do not mess with the rhino. Don't mess with the rhino. So then the rhino kind of held his head up. He looked. And I'm sitting there.
Because you put the car in drive or something. You were trying to turn around and lift his head up. And so I got nervous. I don't know what. I was like, oh my God, please don't come near this car.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, everything worked out. So I backed up and then I turned around. He didn't get up. If he would have got up, I probably would have. I don't know what I would have did.
I was looking out. I was turning around looking like, is he coming?
Yeah. It was cool, but we ended up turning around and then one of the rangers, I guess it was coming to work, was like, hey, what's going on?
Doing?
And I said, well, I'm trying to exit, I'm trying to leave. So he was like, no, you're supposed to go this way, which was opposite of where I was going. And then, of course, make a right. And then we ultimately made it back to Johannesburg, like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive. But, that encounter was interesting. And also in another video, we got the same video actually that we're going to actually do at this lodge that Tasha was talking about. Again, we had another elephant encounter. We had a lion encounter. We had a lot going on. So make sure you guys, watch that video. Of course, it's at a 5-star lodge because that's kind of what we like, to go to. And then, of course, most of our people, they want 5-star experiences, and we could do that here in, Johannesburg and whatnot. But there are opportunities to go to 5-star lodges that are off the beaten path, which are absolutely amazing. So take a look at that video. You will see us, eating good food, having nice drinks, doing our thing. So I think that is a good opportunity for you guys as tourists. And then, of course, those South Africans that are like, I've never heard of these lodges. That's fine. Just follow with us, and you can watch it. And if you want to book, you can actually book. You can book book the lodge as well. And because we want you guys to travel, and of course, we want to meet you guys out there in space too. So it kind of works.
Works well. Works very well.
So, and also too, we just want you guys' opinion. We are looking at putting together a tour for the Cape Town Jazz Festival, as I call it, because we're seriously considering it, but we want your opinion. And as you hear that bird, he's super loud. I'm sorry, y'all. But we're outside. This is with your respect. We're in Africa. Come on now.
There's birds in America that you hear too.
Yeah, but they don't sound as sweet as these bad boys. Aww. Especially mine that live around me. But yeah, we want to do it. So if you guys are interested, just kind of give us your comments. Just go down there and put the comment in, and we'll read it and then you see if it's something that you guys are interested in. If not, then just let us know. But it is the Cape Town Jazz Festival. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
And we've got some ideas for packages already. We've talked to a number of hotels that are interested in working with us. We just need to see if the interest is there for us to move forward. So definitely let us know, what you guys think about that.
Yeah. So like I said, there's a lot going on here. As you guys have probably noticed, we brought a lot of people here. Again, everybody doesn't do a video. Some people do multiple videos. Giving their thoughts. So be kind when you're watching the video, because a lot of times it's very impromptu, and they I do know how to explain it. They come here with an open mind, which is what you should do, and so they get here and then it gets full with stuff they've seen, how they thought things were, their perceptions. It's really difficult to change someone's perception, to change it. And I know it's going to happen because a lot of people have this perception. And then sometimes they don't even admit it. They're like, oh, well, I didn't say anything, but I thought.
Yeah,
And so then now all of a sudden they're like, I think the biggest prevailing reason why people would want to do a video is because they know that other people think the same thing.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
and they're like, I don't think they should think that. So
right.
I want to tell them.
And the thing is, they want to tell you. They want to tell you fast because we know what that feels like too. Trust me, when we were here our first time, I know I sent a million trillion pictures back home trying to explain to people like it's not what you think. Oh my God, you need to get here. Obviously there was no platform, for us to be like, oh, let's spread the word or whatever the case may be. However, when these people are feeling that way and they want to express it, they're like, no, people need to know. And they want to start with a video because they know that they've already been on the phone with their family. They've already been sending pictures and they just want to tell somebody.
I think that helps too when they are talking to their family at home because they get here and they want to make sure they have communications. Of course, we make sure that's a plus. And then at some point we say, did you chat with your family? Oh yeah, I'm sending pictures, I'm sending videos, I'm doing all these things. And at some point, I think they kind of stopped doing that because it's interfering with their time here, answering questions and stuff. They just want to come and enjoy themselves. So by the time they get to the end of their trip, regardless if it's a 6-day or a 10-day or a 13-day package or even longer, they're just building it up. And then when they get close to the end and they're like, okay, there's no more road left for me because I'm going to the airport in a day or two. Like Erica, we just did a video with her final video today. Well, as you guys are seeing it later, but today, y'all know what I mean. She's doing her spa treatments, and then tomorrow she's going to get on the plane and she's going to go back. But yesterday she had a lot to say. She had a lot on her mind, it's very, it's very telling. I say it's telling because she didn't have to tell anyone.
Right.
She could have kept it to herself and just said, okay, it was fun. I'm getting on the plane. I'll see you later. But again, she feels like she needs to tell her story. I mean, we got people that are coming here that are literally booked. Hundreds of people, really. Yeah, we got a lot of people coming. And there are those that are like, I can't wait till I get there and tell my story. I want to, do a video. Sometimes even when we want to do a video, we don't do a video.
Just time usually is always a hindrance. But but there are people that are uber excited. I mean, and I appreciate their excitement because I know how it feels, and I know that if they're that excited that their mind is already open. Yeah. And that because their mind is open and their heart is open when they get here, they're going to be blown away just with the service that we're going to provide and the people that they're going to encounter and the things they're going to experience. Like, I won't say it's not life-changing, but in a lot of ways, the experience is definit't life-changing.
Yeah, I think, and unfortunately, somebody said that they got to, open their vision. And of course, somebody else said, and these are different people. But they said, I got to open my aperture so I can see more. Coming here, it gives them the opportunity to see more. And a lot of these people are like, you know what? I'm a big time traveler. I go here, I go there, I do all these things. And you know what? I get it. But we're not only talking about you coming here as a tourist. We're talking about the experience. I'm sorry, there was a spider. But just the experience, you could say that you traveled to Spain and Portugal and, I've been all throughout Europe. I've been through South America. I go to the Bahamas all the time. I travel throughout the United States. But I will go on record and say, in all of these places, you're not going to find what you're going to find as a black person, or we'll say a person of color, to try to be politically correct. In those places, you're going to find what you're looking for right here on the continent. So if you are sitting at home and you're watching this video, or you're at work, I know some of you guys be calling us from work. Hey, I'm on my lunch break.
I know it. I ain't got a lot of time, but
yeah.
Ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, but a lot of those questions could be answered by looking at the website as well, the RealSouthAfrica.com. But again, you're not going to get that feeling until you get here and have a couple of experiences, and then you will start saying, whoa, okay, this is what they're talking about. And then in their videos, they're trying to describe it, and they can't.
The English language doesn't have enough words, I don't think. Exactly.
So I can't really, even though I'm here all the time, I can't describe it. It's something that you need to experience, and it's a deeply personal thing. I think we've had people react with extreme sadness when it's time to leave.
Yeah.
We've had grown men and women cry. When it's time to leave, they had a great time, but them having to leave it's
trauma.
A bit much. Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of trauma.
But at the same time, they're already thinking the only relief I have now is to come back.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get my affairs in order, and then you know what? I'm gonna deal with what I got to deal with, but I'm gonna deal with it differently.
100%.
Because I know that I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna let it go for a while.
Most people, when they get here, they have an idea of how they think it should be when they go back and make their plan. But then they get here and they get so much information that they're like, oh, my original plan isn't going to work. And then they formulate a whole new plan. Then they're able to go back and strategize properly because they've got more good information. They've got information from the horse's mouth. They've met with people that give them, good, proper information. And then that's when they're like, the light bulb literally comes on fully, because now they know what they really can actually do, and that's when you can't stop them at that point.
It's funny you say that, because prior to that, you get a lot of people with a lot of bad information. And the only reason I know they have a bad information because they call us and they ask that question, and it's like, it has nothing to do with South Africa. It has nothing to. They ask a lot of questions because they may have had a friend say something, somebody who came here one time 10 years ago, to, they went on the internet and saw something, and they put it all together like they should, doing their research, but then the output answer isn't nowhere near what it needs to be. And so they form an opinion, and it's half-baked. I'm going to use that term. It's half-baked, and what ultimately happens is they miss out on any opportunity that they
could have, because they're so locked into the information that they got that was bad,
that was
that
just
they
not
believe
right.
that's true.
So they're and I'm saying to you, people wonder, like, how did y'all guys do it? And I said, well, because I came here, I spent enough time. Many times I talked to enough people. I did enough stuff to where at some point I knew exactly what I needed to do.
But be specific. You talked to enough South Africans. You didn't just talk to people.
Yes.
You talked to
South Africans on the ground. Here in South Africa that lives here, that can tell me what's really going on
and how things actually work
here in South Africa.
Because even when you read about how things work on the internet, even some websites that are from South Africa, the information is. It gives you a general information, but when it comes to specifics, you have to honestly come here to get that information.
And believe it or not, a lot of those people, a lot of people who have came here through our company, are putting out good information on the internet. I mean, you'll be surprised on how many people. I mean, I don't want to start naming names, but has came here, started channels, put out the good information, and because they realize that what they learn from us, it needs to get spread out. More people just need to know. And it's not just up on us, but so to make it easy for everyone, we don't need to do a master class. we don't need to do a TED talk. We don't need to do any of that. If you're interested in something that could be life-changing, or a place where you can find some peace, then I would say it would be worth it for you to book a trip.
100%.
It would be probably the best investment you made on yourself. It's cheaper than a college class for sure. And come here enjoy it, feel it, touch it, and then go back. And then now, if you decide to do the exact same thing you were doing prior to, great, and but you will still be enhanced because you know how it's done here in South Africa, or at least you have an experience that possibly most of your friends don't. I mean, we all can talk about, from the U.S. perspective, going to the Caribbean, nothing new about that. Going on a cruise, they're all great. I've been on cruises. I get this. I get it. It really comes down to, to what it costs sometimes. And we know, we got $600. I'm going on a cruise. That's just what it is. Yeah, I'm going on a cruise, and then I might go with a friend. We could stay in the same cabin, make it a little cheaper, but we're out in space, doing things. I get it, but you're going to get off that cruise, and then you're just going to go back to your regular life. You just didn't pick up anything. Besides, and then of course you get on these cruises, and then if you're going to have an excursion, you're going to pay more right there on the spot. And we know that. So, but we want to make sure in our program for our people, whoever they may be, we want to be able to say, hey, yes, this is what it's going to cost, but this is what you're getting. This is what you're getting.
It's included.
Yeah, and all the stuff that I can't talk about is included as well, because it all depends on the person. If you are a recluse, I'm going far extreme, then you'll come here, you have a good time, but you're going to leave half of the fun on the table because you probably don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
And when they start talking to you, you're going to, I guess, go back in your dark space.
Go back and put in your little shell like a turtle.
Yeah, that one. Or if you are a person maybe like me or even more outgoing, you're gonna be like, you on sensory overload. This is too much.
Head on the swivel.
Yeah, this is too much. So you know where you are. So if you're anywhere, one piece of step ahead of being a recluse, you're gonna have a good time here in South Africa.
And a lot of times I think Elle said it best when she was here, that we're a magnetic people. I think Erica echoed the same sentiments as well when she talked about currency and flow and energy. They will pull you out.
Yeah.
They will pull you out. And I don't mean pull you out in a bad way. I mean, they will pull you into new experiences that when you get done, you will literally be like, I would have never done that.
Yeah.
Or I can't believe I just did that. Or that was so much fun. But they really do. They pull you out into a space that allows you to just be comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
And you can be comfortable in your own skin right now, but this type
Not
of
like
comfort is, as Elle said, I'll repeat her again, like sleeping in your own bed. It's that type of comfort, even on this side, that you can actually experience. So just keep an open mind and open heart is what I would say.
Yeah. And lastly, I'm going to say, like I said, we don't, I'll be perfectly honest with you. We're here full time. We're here every day. We want a lot of people to have the experience. But again, we're not trying to convince anyone to just get up and move and just move. Those are decisions you're going to make on your own. I promise you. The best thing that we can do, and the best thing that I'm going to do as a company and as the owners of the company, is that we're gonna give you the opportunity to be here,
to experience
properly. And once you come here properly, because some people don't come here properly, they spend 90% of their time trying to organize what they're going to do, and then it's time to get back to the plane, and then they never actually, done the stuff. All of our people, and I'm going to say 100% of them, don't organize nothing. We take care of it. And then even if they're like, well, everything, and then we say, okay, just go ahead, and then they do it, and they're like, what?
God, that was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm so glad you took care of me. So I'm going to leave it there for right now, and we'll come back to you. Sorry, we don't do as many lives as we need to. We need to do some more lives. If y'all guys want us to do another live, just kind of, put that at the bottom, and then if I see several people saying, we want to talk to y'all direct, because when we do a live, you guys can actually leave comments, and we put them up on the screen, and then we can talk about those comments as long as we want to.
Yeah.
And we might even ridicule you.
No, we won't do that.
She said we won't.
We won't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just playing. So I'll see you guys here in sunny South Africa.
so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.